What's up, guys? Meowin. I'm back with another video today. Excuse me. And today I have another NASCAR Diecast review to do. And this one is this one's pretty freaking special. Not just for the fact that it's, you know, my favorite driver, Jimmie Johnson, of course, but also for the person that made the paint scheme for this car, and to have this diecast in my collection now, it's, to me at least, it feels pretty special. So this is Jimmie Johnson's 2020 Ally Texas car, or the car they ran at the Texas playoff race, aka the race that wouldn't end. And of course, this is more known for the fact that this was designed by Noah Sweet, aka Lefty. So we'll go ahead and get the diecast out of the box and get on the review. But, yep. So there's the diecast out of the box. Well, of course, Lionel screwed that up and screwed up the windshield there as well. But that aside, Noah Sweet. The fact that he got to design this car is beyond badass, and it still looks absolutely phenomenal. To actually have it, you know, in person, you know, in diecast form, is absolutely just, you know, no, god darn it, I didn't want to do that. That's fine, thank God. But anyway, yeah, so it's like I can't go without reviewing this diecast without talking about Noah, you know, being the guy that, you know, designed this. And of course, he's obviously been through a lot. You know, if you know the story, then you know. I'm gonna try not to dive too deep into it, but basically, before this happened, before this came to be, he was already known for being a pretty damn good, designer within the NASCAR community. He's always making badass paint schemes. He really is. I mean, he's not the only one. There's a ton of creators out there, badass ones at that. But it's like Noah's, Noah, his is just like you see it, and it's like you see his style, you know it's his, and it's phenomenal. It really is. And last year, in a year that for the community was hellish, to say the least. I mean, well, the Twitter community, that is, depending on what, who you followed and where you were at in it. It seemed a lot of the time that people were at each other's throats, and but on a rare occasion, the community would come together, and at one point we had to come together for Noah. Basically, what happened was he made he took the Ally scheme, the black one that Jimmie Johnson started with last year and ran for most of the year, and Noah made a pride version of it, basically, with the colors from the LGBTQ flag, which, to me, that scheme looked freaking awesome. Some liked it, others didn't. It design-wise, and if design-wise you don't, necessarily like it, that's okay. That's your opinion. But there were people that looked at it and trashed on Noah for even making it. And when I say trashed, I mean, they didn't just, it was like harassment and worse than that towards him. And it got really bad. And when all of that stuff got out to the Twitter community, and when Noah was going through a rough point in time, the community came together in his defense, started up an entire hashtag, which, again, to see the community come together at that time, when, like I said before, it seemed like we were always at each other's throats, depending on who you followed and what you saw, because obviously not everybody's going to see it. But it was, that whole ordeal was, I got to quote Luke Bryan here for a minute from his song, Blood Brothers. It's a cowboy code, it's an unwrote law. If you mess with one, you got to take us all. And what happened with Noah was the epitome of that. He got messed with, and us as a community said, we're not going to tolerate that. You don't do that shit. And it was a beautiful thing to see. It took a while for things to get better for Noah. He'll tell you that personally. But we were all happy to see him, be himself. We always are. And, again, he was already known for making awesome paint schemes before. But, in a way, I think that this incident, it brought more eyes to him because you have everything that was going on with him, and then you see who he is and the stuff he makes, and it's like, damn, this guy's really freaking good, all things, considered. And, to sort of cap off that part of it, I honestly just wish that he never had been attacked the way he was, and he'll say the same thing, but at the same time, none of it was his fault. He had every right to make and post that paint scheme online, and it was the choice of some people to harass the hell out of him for no reason, and it was beyond stupid. But after all of that happened, and when he came back and on all of that, because he took some time away, the people over at Ally and and Hendrick, whatever, they ended up reaching out to him. He got to do a Zoom call with Jimmie Johnson, got some merch from that. He was on the Tamron Hall show at one point for a segment on there. Obviously not in person, but you know what I mean. Which, that was freaking cool to see. I remember coming home from work and finding out about that. Bro, that's badass. And then, of course, he obviously got to design this paint scheme. He's designed other paint schemes, the throwback that Daniel Suarez ran at Darlington recently. That was made by Lefty and Kyle Sykes, another awesome designer. Again, there's a ton of awesome designers out there. And that's another thing I want to bring up is, through all of this, Noah, he's quite humble about this. He feels a certain way with what happened and the aftermath of it. But one of the coolest parts, I think, about him is that, he doesn't shy away from wanting to spotlight other creators other than himself, because he has that platform to do that, and he wants to make the most out of that. And bro, Noah, I hope you're watching, because I just want to say, man, I've got a ton of respect for you, dude. We all go through life differently. We all deal with shit differently. And the fact that you got attacked just for making a pride flag version of the Ally paint scheme, which, again, I will say looked amazing. The fact that you got attacked for that was never your fault. And, it never should have happened. You never should have been attacked for that. But no matter what, we got your back, man. We do. As far as life goes, as far as everything else goes for you, from me to you, from one Jimmie Johnson fan to another, from one NASCAR fan to another, I personally just want to say that I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that a lot of us are proud of you for just for being who you are, for being the awesome person that you are, for doing the things that you do. And you know, a lot of people have a lot of respect for you. I know your mom, your brother and whatnot are probably proud as all hell out of you. Probably prouder of you than anyone else. And no matter what, I just want you to know that no matter what happens, we got your back, man. Like I said, if you mess with one of us, you mess with a lot of us. And I just think a lot of people in the community, you know, they don't want to see you get hurt again like that. And I understand. And believe me, it's one of those things where shit happens, but you've got people to back you up when shit does hit the fan, because you don't deserve to be treated the way you were treated at that time. To be treated like shit for literally no reason. And shit, what was I gonna say? No matter what happens, if there's one thing I hope for, one thing I hope to see one day, whether it's a paint scheme that you made yourself or you helped to make, I want to see a Lefty paint scheme in Victory Lane in one of the top 3 series someday. I really do. And I hope one day it happens. Because you, among many others, make some amazing work, amazing paint schemes. The stuff that you do for this community is phenomenal. Sorry about that. And I just want to say that I'm proud of you. And I'm happy to call you a friend. From the bottom of my heart, I really feel that way. So, again, you did a phenomenal job with this paint scheme. I am beyond happy to have this diecast in my collection. And I'll be honest, it's probably one of the top diecasts that I have in my collection that I'm proud to own in terms of the 1/64 scale diecasts that I have, and kind of in general, I guess, because you know, this is something that I think a lot of people will remember. You know, being that somebody from the community got to design, you know, this paint scheme for not only a Cup Series driver, but their favorite driver. You know, so with all of that being said, thank you all for watching. Noah, like I said, if you're watching, thank you for everything that you do. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being awesome. And no matter what, we support you. We got your back. And yeah. So thank you all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe. For more content like this. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.